Yeah, but at the start we all right. Yeah, all right, all's good. We are live. We are back. Welcome back, everybody, to Arydia, the Path We Dare Tread. Today is episode 22, apparently. And if you missed last session, exciting news. It was a manhunt. So last session we participated in a murder mystery investigation thing, which was super sweet. Like that was what a great use of the mechanics of the game to make that happen. That was really fun. And as a result, there was an exile that we met in the first session. He said we stank. And then in this session or last session, he tried to take that back and be like, "Oh, it's fine. We were just joking around, right?" And then it turns out that he was actually the killer. Originally, he was the prosecutor against not one, not two, but three different falsely accused suspects. And it turns out he did it. And then he promptly left town, just left, and we are on the hunt. So somewhere in the top 5 cards of the, um, I don't know, encounter deck, the travel deck. There we go. Somewhere in the top 5 cards of the travel deck, he is running away, and there's a manhunt card. So that is our goal right now, is to hunt him down. Our secondary goal, our job, is to go picking berries in the Nubbin Forest, and we don't know where the Nubbin Forest is, so might as well explore while we're hunting this guy down. So here we go. We're going to move along this road path. We have all of our travel tokens. They are on screen. Dark wings. We're on a road. High above the grasslands, you see the silhouette of some large winged creature making slow circles. Wow, we get this all the time. And then it said an open forest. I'm going to go along a forest path and see what happens. Manhunt. Wow. So we chose correctly. If we had done any other type of route, disappearing into the forest, you see the silhouette of Rathan, the exile you've been charged with hunting down. And you can pay speed to shuffle it in with the top 3 cards of the travel deck or discard this card. But if you're on a forest path, which we are, you draw event 95. So that was quick. We did it. Let's draw event 95. I don't want to say that this is justice for saying we were stinky, but this is justice for being a terrible person. Forest Escape. If you have key item 30, flip this card immediately and read the other side. Key item 30. I don't think we have key item 30, but let me do a quick checky check. No. Don't even know what key item 30 would be. Oh, we do have it. It's the Driftwood Crown. Okay. So we get to flip this card immediately and read the other side. Rathan speeds off toward the forest. In a moment of inspiration, you seize the driftwood crown and summon all your strength. There's a cacophony of creaking and cracking, followed by a loud scream. A crude cage of branches and logs surrounds a stunned Rathan. As you approach, Rathan sputters, "How did you—" He trails off when he notices the driftwood crown. "I see you're full of surprises." I don't remember what voice I was using last time. It's fine. So we banish Travel 22, the Manhunt. Make sure I put it in the correct one. We also add job 32 to the job deck. which is pastry payload. Oh, okay, that makes sense. And gain key item 58 and banish this event card. Key item 58. Something cool? Like a bounty hunter title or something? We're about to find out. The Coward Rathan. You've captured Rathan Call, the exile who's wanted for the murder of Hadrak Skad. Thillian is waiting for you to return to him in Daneberg. Keep until you return to the trigger location. When you reach the location Hex I5, Daneberg, draw event 59, and banish this key item. So we just have to get to Daneberg. But we did an explore, so we're moving along this route. We found Getsfield. There is nothing in Getsfield, so we're going to go along this grassy path. We're just going to turn this guy in right now. I don't want him hanging out with me for too long. Dripping Rain. The journey is difficult and your spirits sag. Oh, if I'd stayed in the forest, nothing would have happened. We do want to do exploration, so I'm going to spend a speed from each of my people. And then we shall move along the road. You pass this way easily. And then we shall move along the road. Oh, my. Oh, no, it zoomed in for no reason. I turned that off. Okay, 1 second. Camera's got a mind of its own most of the time. Right, another road path. You enjoy your travels taking in the sights. We get to Daneberg. We draw event 59. He did not get very far, Judge. Rathan delivered. You walk Rathan forward into the town square. I'm just banishing that key item, like it says. The citizens there pelt him with old tomatoes and scones. You see Luthskad eyeing him from her shop, arms crossed. Thillian walks up to you, and you hand Rathan over to him. Well done, exile, says Thillian. I'll be taking him back to Rivertown immediately, where he'll pay for his crimes. Hands you a small bag of copper and 1 wooden coin. Well done. I wish you had a speedy journey home. What do you mean home? You know that we're exiles. Gain 5k. That's a good amount of money. And we need point of interest 808. Have I run into that at all? No. So, if 8... Wow, that is so far along. If 808 is on the A, which it is, flip it to its C. If it's on the B, it goes to the D. So we get C, and I don't know what that means exactly. Hopefully a good thing for us. And keep this card as a squill. Nice. Oh, wait, how many does that make us? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? I think the one person wanted 10? There's like the cook in the Birth, the new guild home. I think wanted us to have 10 squills to do a thing. Anyways, we get to keep moving. And we do that. So we're gonna go out the road again. You pass this way easily. So now we have a choice, because we could go out to sea just to get this stuff explored, and I think I want to do that. Even though that means I'm not doing my job right now. We have time to do the job. Colorful carts. Along the roadside, you see something colorful. It looks like it might be a large cart. Discard this and draw again. Okay. Your spirits are high as you travel along. Very good. I'll show the actual travel card. We found the Lonely Isle, which has small 93 on it. Let's explore. Small 93. And that's the whole point of us being out here. It's a very high number for these. You ease your raft onto the beach of the island. A jagged cliff rises at the center of the isle. Oh, and white sand beaches wrap around to the west and south. Okay. So we have kind of two ways we can go. There's a medium tile here or a long tile here, and we just docked our raft right here. Let's go the long path first. See what happens. Long 15. Sun-drenched shoreline. You pause to enjoy the feeling of the sun pouring down upon your skin. Small waves wash upon a fine white sand beach. Oh, jeez, this is going to be huge. Okay, I'm going to have to zoom out. That is quite large and quite blown out color-wise. Yeah, that's what I thought would happen. It does not like to maintain directionality. So move this slightly up. And now most of that tile is in frame. Okay. Ooh, what a nice beach. It's nice and warm. Nice sunny beach. Ooh, medium 28. Let's move on. What are we gonna run into here? Like, are we just gonna die? Radiant lagoon. Shallow water warms in the sun. It is filled with colorful fish swimming among the coral. Oh, we're super gonna die here. Okay. Okay. Now there's a point of interest. Let's go look at the point of interest 31. Might as well. The calm lagoon. You find yourself on the beach near a small lagoon. You think about strolling through the soft sand barefoot. There's a delicate scent on the breeze. Let's look at the lagoon. Light sparkles off the blue waters like so many diamonds, while brightly colored fish swim in the shallows. You smile when you notice a duck-shaped rock sitting in the warm sand. Okay, well, let's talk about this sand. As you walk the beach, your feet scuff the sand, making a soft barking sound. Gleefully, you run the beach, making your feet bark. Are we under some sort of spell? What is happening? This is very strange. Okay, what's the scent on the breeze? The delicate scent. You can smell a patch of wildflowers just north of here. The fresh smell of the warm beach fills you with vigor. Let's go look at the wildflowers. The bright yellow flowers draw your eye. If memory serves, these are bird's foot trefoils. Gain 2 speed, split among the party as you like. I'm going to put both of it onto Rick's. Once per day we can do this. Okay. And that's all there is to do here. I guess I'll note that once per day Gain +2 party speed. Hex H4. Sure. Small 94, we keep going. Waiting for that other shoe to drop. This is literally the last tile in the list, at least as far as active tiles go. Stone steps. You pause at the base of a stone staircase leading up the steep cliffside. To the west, a small lagoon bakes in the sun. To the east, you think you see a small hut sitting in disrepair. North is this way. So, west is the lagoon. Yeah, that's where we were. And east is the small hut that we have not seen yet. And then the steps are here, leading up to a medium tile. Let's go look at the hut in disrepair first. I do like that we're building a full island. This is cool. Medium 67. Kind of feels like there's not a point to it yet, but I do like the idea of it. Island hut. You spy a palm tree swaying in the warm breeze. Beside the shore is a crude hut. Judging by its state, you think it's abandoned. So this should go like that. And once again, I am very pleased with their whole tile system. I think it is pretty cool. Well, I came here to investigate an abandoned hut, and I'm going to do that. It's 46. Point to interest 46. Beach hut. You're standing on a beautiful island oasis. Before you is a small hut. Palms softly sway in the wind. Behind you, the cliffs rise above. Well, I'm here for the hut. Inside the hut, you find coconuts stacked in a corner, what may have been the remains of a frond bed. There's a stick with carvings on it leaning against the wall. Stick. I check out the stick. You take the carved stick, gain key item 97. Somebody's gonna need this. It's gonna be a guy who's like, yeah, I was shipwrecked on an island, and I'm missing my stick that I left there. It was my best friend. Oh, hold on. Stick with carvings. You found a stick with curious carvings that look purposeful. Keep this card in the party inventory until you find a card with the exact text. The trigger text is on the artwork. So I'm going to show this off on close cam here. And I will also note that we previously got this. And pretty sure they're related. You know? Pretty sure they are related. So, if I'm translating, I see D U C K, and probably a space. D U C K S. I think it's an H. A P. Oh. I bet it's duck-shaped rock, but where's the E and then D? Yep, duck-shaped ROCK. Duck-shaped rock. And we already know where a duck-shaped rock is. So if you find the trigger phrase duck-shaped rock, which was over here, then we can turn in this card and get an event. Well, actually, we just get the event. We don't have to turn in the card. Let's look at the palms. The light breeze slowly caresses the large fronds of the palm. You feel calm. Cliffs. The cliffs look too steep to scale, but looking around, you see a stone staircase just west of here. Very good, very good. I go back to here, PY31, the duck-shaped rock, the calm lagoon. You smile when you notice a duck-shaped rock sitting in the warm sand. I knew that was going to be important. Like, that's not just a thing that comes up. Okay. So, right. We draw event 39. Oops. Goes over there. Carved stick. Did you use key 120 to decode the stick? Yes, we did. Keep reading. Did you find the decoded words from the stick on POI 31? Yes. Keep reading. Okay. We did it. You place the carved stick below the rock. The carved stick breaks with the strain, but you're able to leverage the rock away. Banish key item 97, the stick. And then flip this card. The event. You dig with your hands in the soft, warm sand. After a minute, you uncover a small wax-sealed wooden tube. So, move us out of the way for a second, and we have key item 35 to draw after I finish putting this in place. 35. I love it when these things come together. Ripped directions. One edge of the parchment is torn and jagged as though it were half of a larger piece. So I'll show that off real quick. See, this edge looks ripped and torn. But we do have instructions on here. Start halfway between the fire and snow. Move one space toward pine, one space toward star, one space toward... Move 2 spaces toward moon, 1 space toward palm, 2 spaces away from moon. I don't know what that means. The trigger text is on the other half of the parchment, so keep this card in the party inventory until you find a card with the exact text. The trigger text is on the other half of the parchment, so we have to find the other half of these directions, but... I know the squill has a moon on it, but it does not have a pine or a star or a palm, to my knowledge. So, that was my guess, and I don't think it panned out, and that's okay. Oh. To be continued, I say to that mystery. Medium 30 is the tile up the steps, and that's where we're going now. Medium 30, top of the aisle. Top of the aisle, do ya? As you crest the top of the stone steps, you see the base of a ruined tower sitting like a crown upon the lonely island. You take a moment to breathe in the fresh air and enjoy the peace and calm of the isle. So peaceful, so calm. Oh, there's a person here. They didn't think to mention that there's just a person here. Okay, all right, it's all good. Uh, there's a person. There's a point of interest. No, kind of ruined my map there. Whoops. Eeh. Oh, eeh. Let's go talk to the person first, I guess. NPC 93. Where are NPCs? There you are. 93. That's pretty far along. It's Marin, the painter. They're a dwarf. A dwarf holding a paintbrush and paint pots looks at the view. They are unpacking an easel, getting ready for day's work. They are jolly, and they cite with their thumb during this conversation. Well, I guess the Lonely Isle isn't so lonely, eh? Could you move a little to the left, please? You're blocking my view. I suppose you're here for some paints. First ever hearing of it. Let's do a view first. Ah, the Twin Rocks just to the south of the isle, so-called Farron's Teeth. Well, I'm here to capture a once-in-a-lifetime event. And what would that be? You have us. Our interest is piqued. The old manuscripts describe a great aquatic event referred to as the Eye of Farron. It's some sort of mystical anomaly, and I aim to capture it in a flurry of brushstrokes and passion. That said a lot without saying anything. Okay, what about these paints? Of course, of course. As I'm sure you've heard, these paints are more than incredible pigments. Each one contains powerful magical properties when applied correctly. These are what I have available right now. Barrier Blue, a defensive paint for armor, costs 18k. And Raid Red, an offensive paint for weapons, costs 24k. It's a lot too rich for our blood. Another time, perhaps. Yikes. POI22. Were we supposed to come here a lot later? Or have I just been spending too much money? On the top of the island, you get a view of the whole of the island from up here. Above you, gulls wheel in the breeze off the cliff. The walls of an old ruin lay here in disrepair. Ah, let's look at this island. Take it in, Breathe in that island air. Small waves lap upon the shoreline, and the whole island seems at peace. You don't see anything out of the ordinary. And if a human is in your party, you'd be able to do a thing, but we don't have that. Okay, gulls. You watch the gulls play in the air currents above you. They seem to be making their home on the cliffs to the north. We're going to fight some gulls if we go kind of northeast of where we are. Sorry, northwest of where we are. Ruin. The ruins here look old indeed, too small to be much more than a lookout or small watchtower from ages past. The stonework must have been good for parts to still be standing even now. Sure. That is something I am able to determine. Okay. Well, coming up here did not give us a whole lot, so we're gonna go back on the boat. Get out of here! Whoosh. We beat a hasty retreat. There's no rush, but we do it anyways. And as always, I'll put all these tiles away in their boxes later. For now, world map time. Aligning it properly. And I think we can zoom on back in so you can maybe read the text. It's still a bit of a strain. Okay. And I'm curious about this path right here. I want to explore this whole water system before moving on. Oddly familiar. It's difficult to find your way. I would like to spend a speed from each of us so that we don't have to lose any of our tokens quite yet. But hey, we get to explore either way. We found Soothe Lake Deeps. So this is where we could continue over to the basin, to the last tiles that we've never explored, where they had kobolds. Do we think we're ready to fight kobolds? I think we're ready to fight kobolds. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, yeah, I think we can do that. And then we can come back maybe that way if there's a connecting path. So we're doing a water path to the basin. You're so hungry, you need to take a break and eat some food. Once again, we're going to spend a speed each. But we explore over to the old familiar basin. But now, we're going to the unfamiliar part, down here in the water. The bends. Ooh, that sounds bad. I don't think we want the bends in the water. And wait, there is a path to that last unexplored water tile from the uplands, so that's good. One more move. It's difficult to find your way. Ugh. Alright, so we're going to use 2 knapsack points to negate that speed loss, essentially. And I think before we... Well, actually, let's see what we're working with here. The Hills of War has a long 33 tile. We'll get there in a second. First, we're going to spend our last war knapsack point to give 2 speed to Zertle. And then we'll spend both of our flying fish knapsack points to give 2 speed to Rix. So they both gain 2. Sounds great and good. Great and good. And we're not making any progress on our job right now, and that's okay. So, long 33. That kind of opened right to it. That was incredible. Muddy shoreline. You moor your raft to the soft, muddy shoreline. Before you is a small cave entrance. A path to the north leads deeper into the stony hills. A path to the north. Which way is north? Okay. I assume that way is north. But we have a choice. We can either go to the hills to the north, or we can go into the cave. I think we go into the cave first. Small 55. Shoreside Cavern. A small pool sits at the back of this small cavern. Why are you always going to these strange caves? What do you expect to find? I don't know, something amazing, I guess. This is technically there, but really it's its own, like, world. All right, we should have been here, and then we went there, and now we're here. And there's an event and a point of interest. Let's go look at the point of interest first. 83. Oh my, this is so interesting. I am so interested in this point right here. A rocky pool. You're standing near a rocky pool in a small cave. The sounds in the cave echo off the thick rocky walls. You notice a few patches of brightly colored flowers growing near the quiet pool. What are the sounds in the cave? The sounds outside are softly muffled inside the cave. Every noise you make bounces and echoes off the walls eerily. Oh, what are the flowers about? These tragically beautiful pink flowers are hanging upside down. If you recall correctly, these flowers are called bleeding hearts. Okay. And how about the quiet pool? The pool appears to be a fairly deep appears to be fairly deep despite its small size. The surface is placid, perfectly reflecting your beautiful face. You also notice a strange pattern in the dirt floor. What's the pattern? The pattern seems to zig and zag, as though someone had dragged a rope into the pool, but you don't see anything that could have made it. Is there a snake? You have to tell me if there's a snake. Also, if it is a snake, like, my people are dumb. You dumb. Okay, let's go to event 109 and get attacked by a snake. Cackling. As you search the small cave, you hear something. It is quiet at first, then grows undeniably. Someone is cackling madly just outside the cave. Oh no. You rush toward the cave mouth to discover the source, but the laughter is gone by the time you get outside. There's no sign of who might have made the noise. Put event 110 to its B side and then index this card. Oh. Don't like that. That was actually worse than I thought it would be. Okay, well, we head back out and go to the north on to Big 25. All right, Big 25. Between two hills, you find yourself at the entrance of a box canyon. Cliffs enclose a lone hill rising in the center of the open space. Just to the southwest, in the corner of the cliff wall, you make out what seems to be another cave mouth. Well, you know I love caves. Okay, right. This is big. Where's the connection point? There it is. Most of that, oh, it's partially off screen. Not most. Some of it is off screen. There we go. And okay, before we go in the cave, we're gonna go over here to POI 82. Is this a good spot for an ambush? Can I ambush somebody before they get to me? Plateau. You're standing upon a small rocky plateau. Something smells disgusting. You think you catch movement at the top of the cliff out of the corner of your eye. A fist-sized rock falls from on high, making strange echoes as it clacks down the slope. Well, there's somebody else here. Smell. You breathe in the fresh air and are surprised by a strong putrid smell. It seems to be coming from behind this bush. What bush? Okay. Is there a bush in the art? Oh, there is. Look at that. Okay. Let's investigate the putrid bush. You find the corpse of some unfortunate animal. It has no distinctive wounds or marks, only a small white quill sticking out of it. Carefully, you retrieve the quill. It could come in handy. Gain key item 85. We're about to get attacked by something with quills. Deadly quills. That burn with the fires of 1,000 evils. Poison quill. You've plucked a small white quill from the carcass of a dead animal. Judging by the small wound and how the creature was fully intact otherwise, you think this quill might be poisonous. You don't say. Keep this in the party inventory until you find a card with the exact text. Special poison-laden quills. Okay. Alright, we can do that. Okay. What's the movement? You flick your gaze around, scanning the high cliffs. All is still. Whatever it was is gone now. And what about the echoes? The echoes from the rocks slowly die out until all you can hear is the soft breath of wind gliding over the rocky cliffs. I don't believe you. Now I'm really waiting for the other shoe to drop. The idyllic island had me on edge. Now I'm cackling laughter. We zoom around to the cave, which is small 54, which will be its own zone, so I'll clean up all these other tiles in just a second. Bone-filled den. As your eyes adjust to the darkness of the cave, you begin to make out the shapes of the dead. Bones. Too many bones. This is no cave, it's a lair. It's a tomb. This isn't a mine, it's a tomb. Okay. Event 110 and POI 81. Let's go to the point of interest. Before we go to the event. Oh no. That's the one we flipped to its B-side. Is it going to be worse for us because whatever it is spotted us? Oh no. The Beast's Lair. You're standing in a shallow cave. The den is thankfully quiet. You hear the chirping of crickets just outside, but nothing else. It smells strongly of old meat drying on the bones. There are some strange marks along the floor, too. Okay, let's look at the crickets first. The chirping grows louder as you listen, then fades back to nothing. Uh-oh. That's never a good sign. Bones. Bones lie strewn everywhere as if some horrible feast happened here. What animal could be so hungry? You know what we didn't see? We did not see piles of black ash, so there are no exiles whose squills have dissolved here. That's good. What are the strange marks on the floor? Upon closer inspection, you think these marks are some sort of tracks made by the owner of this den, gain key item 87. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What do the tracks look like? Oh, the strange pattern you found in the den seems to be some strange sort of tracks for whatever beast occupied the lair. It is distinct, and you will remember it if you come across it again. The pattern seems to zig and zag. We know where that is. That's in the cave. Okay, well, let's draw... Well, do we draw event 110 now, or do we go see where the strange pattern is again? I think we just draw event 110. Just get it over with, rip the band-aid off. We know it's coming anyways. Event 110. Whistling. As you are looking about the den, there comes a sudden whistling noise from behind. Each exile checks dexterity 12. Oh no. We'll start with Zertle, who has +5, and did not roll a 1, instead rolled a 18, so 23 total. And then Rix, who has a +1, and rolled a 19 for a total of 20. They both pass. We flip this card. You barely avoid a volley of long, spiny squills. Success, go to Splash. You hear a splash coming from the shore outside. The creature may be amphibious. You're about to spring into action when you notice a special, much smaller white quill stuck in your ankle. Quickly, you pull it out, and the small wound begins to throb painfully. Add threat 20 to the threat deck, and then banish this card. Dang. Okay. We shouldn't have come here first. We should just gone and fought the thing first. Yeah, that's all we get to do, and now we're gonna go down to the cave again. This is the shoreline cave with the weird pattern. At point of interest 83. You know what? I'm gonna not keep that out. 1 second. POA 83. The rocky pool. The pattern seems to zig and zag. There's a strange pattern next to the pool, is what we read earlier, and that is the trigger for this particular key item. Draw long 49. Can do. Yeah, I'm betting having that card in the threat deck, not good for us. Although what's even worse is it might not be a problem in this combat. It might come up in a much later combat. The tracks. The tracks lead to a pool. Gazing into the depths, you see a shadow, long and thin, disappear into an underwater tunnel out towards your raft. You run out of the cave. Suddenly, a horrible snake-like creature bursts from out of the water and slithers toward the hill in the canyon. Its rampage uncovers the corner of a stone chest. Okay. So flip this and place it on big 25 and long 33, lining up the artwork. Place party on K. So we don't need to be in this cave anymore. That was quick. There's also a good reason to kind of keep the tiles out. So we are like this. The creature popped up out here and ran that way. Place it on big 25 and long 33, and we start on K. So, like that. Okay, all right. There's a stone chest here, which we have not opened, so I'm going to put a little tokeny do on it. And then there's foe 52, who's all by itself, which means it's probably going to be a pretty tough foe. It's a boss level 6. Oh boy. Oh, it's a Natris. Oh. This is the thing that killed. That's been a long time, but there's the warrior in the mountains who had a former partner. They were killed by a Natris, and this is that thing. Erupting from the water is a tangle of fur, quills, and teeth. The beast slithers towards you hungrily. Its quilled tail flails in all directions. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. This could kill us pretty easily. Oh no. Oh no, we're all gonna die. 52 is right there. We didn't have to fight the first one. It was already dead when we got there. This one might kill us. Okay. Oh, beautiful though. Chew beauty. They went a little hard on the dark layer, the underlayer, the undertones, the dark tones, whatever you want to call it, the low lighting. There we go. With the wash, they went a little heavy on the wash, but that's beautiful. Love it. So we're gonna put that right here. We're gonna put our doom right there. It's got infinite armor points that we're going to put right here. We can get our travel deck out of the way because we need our threat deck instead. And I need to shuffle my threat deck, and I'm going to go ahead and just throw that right there so that everyone can see the 7 damage attack this thing has. We are so dead. We are so dead. So the trick to this one is going to be to never stand in such a way that it can hit both of us at the same time. That's really the only way we win this. Also, I noticed an icon I'm not familiar with. Is this one. It's like an armor block, but with extra corners. And is there like an FAQ on that? What is that? Gain key item 502. Okay. Let's see what's going on there. That's Poe. What am I doing? Hold on. Which key item is that? Oh, 502. Instantly forgot what I was doing. Hardened points. Open box G7 and get the 10 hardened cubes. I don't wanna. Alright, box G7. Okay, so we have a little bag of more cubes. This time, worse for us cubes. They have so many in this bag. That does not fill me with optimism. Let's go ahead and put in all the armor cubes as well. Oops, kind of brushing the microphone, my bad. Apologies. I think we're gonna die. But I'm gonna make a good show of it, you know? Alright, so what does this hardened cube do? When a foe is revealed, place a hardened cube on these points. Got it. When a hardened cube is damaged, it stops all directional damage that would continue past that point. Remove the hardened cube and replace it immediately with an armor cube. Oh no. Piercing damage has no additional effect on hardened cubes. A hardened point with an armor cube on it acts exactly the same as normal armored points. Directional and piercing damage apply as usual. Okay. Okay. And they have a little example of hardened points. So what I'm seeing is we kind of want to, if I ever have a single hit, I want to hit those on the hardened points if I can, because otherwise it'll eat a combo hit, and I don't want that. Okay. I guess we get to keep that. It's weird that it's a key item and not a reference, but I guess they didn't want you to like look through it thinking it's just a regular reference card. Ay. Everything else is set up, so let's do a combat. We will have Zertle be the first exile, which means we do an enemy turn, and then it'll be Zertle. Elementary. In a moment, you have a flash of insight. Active player chooses one exile may immediately move 7 and then banish this card and draw again, or discard this card and draw again. I don't think we need to do a move 7 right now. Although that could get us to the point where this thing can't hit multiple of us. Oh man, I don't think we can escape the quills though. Like, if it activates, it's going to do quills, and it's going to hit only Zertle, right? It'll move 2 and go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it'll be just out of range of Rick's. Perfect. So we're going to discard this and draw again. All foes activate. That's kind of what I thought would happen. So he does a move 2, trying to hit as many exiles as possible, which he can't hit more than 1. And he hits, or they hit Zertle. I guess they only move to be within range and no further. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, indeed. And this is a gray die. 3 damage at range. Yikes. That is the legs of Zertle. So we put a wear token on his leg armor. And he ends up taking 1, which is good. And, oh, I have not updated their armor grid at all. So, I need right shoulder to be at 100%. Left arm to be at 100%. I guess I did that near the end of last session, so I did not actually mark it. Feet at 100%, and then leg and body are damaged but not destroyed quite yet. Boom and boom. Okay. I'm guessing Rix also has an issue. Yes, indeed, Aruni. So we need a leg and feet to both be undamaged at this point. And there's a vacuum cleaner going outside, so that's a little awkward. Okay. They attack, and then they gain 4 threats just instantly. Hooray. That makes me feel very comfortable. Okay. But then we get to take a turn. So that's good. And we have Zertle going first, and I think we just want to charge up and keep this thing from being able to flail at too many people at once. Like, a single flail is going to kill us. And it's likely to happen. So, first thing we do, as a minor action, I put a cube on myself, on Zertle. At the start of my next turn, I will heal for 3 and then remove that cube. Second, minor action move, gaining a combo. 1, 2, and we're going to spend a speed as part of this to gain 2 extra movement points. 3, 4, 5. Lovely. I've messed it up a little bit. Okay. So we gain 1 combo, we lose 1 speed. And then we attack. I'm deciding what to do with my attack. I think I'm just going to roll my staff and see if I can hit multiple things, but if I only get 1 hit, I'll hit a hardened point. This is a strength check. That's a 19. Plus 3 is 22, which gets me the full attack pattern. So we have to come in from the top somewhere. I'm going to choose here. We hit this, we hit the one next to it, and we hit the one down of it. No, Rix. He's dead. She's dead. Rix is dead. Okay. Unfortunately, all of the, like, critical points are buried in the body, so it's kind of hard for me to get to them. And that's Zertle's turn, for what it's worth. Next up, enemy turn with Ricks on deck. They gain 1 threat. Okay, I was kind of expecting them to attack by now. This is kind of worse, because if they get a... You know what, if they get a power-up, they're gonna... They don't need the extra damage. They're gonna kill us no matter what. So Rix has a turn. And if I go here and here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm at 5 range, which means I'd have to be doing fire arrow to not fire arrow, a staggering shot to get in bonus range, or one of my quiver arrows. Oh boy, they gain 3 threat on weak points? What is wrong with you people? Grumble, grumble, grumble. So I will do the basic move, gain a combo. And this also means it can't get in here and do the flail to hit both of us. So there's a little bit of hope for our survival. I'm going to use the broadhead arrows from my quiver while doing a basic attack. And let's see. I know I have a thing for this. Yeah, that. We just hide that. Look at that. Now I no longer have that cube available to me. So this gives us +1 range, so we can attack at range 5. And the attack pattern that you see there. And we roll endurance. And we got a 12 plus 4 is 16. That is definitely 2 hits. We get to target a space and then hit the space above it as well. So I'm going to target this one. Oh, I'm also definitely marking this guy. So I'm targeting this one, going up to this space, which also means I hit that, and put our first actual wound on this enemy. Then, with my mark, I will spend a mana to get that out of there, replacing it with a regular armor. All right. Is there anything else I really want to do? Yes. Yes, indeed. I want to use my other set of arrows to make another attack. That is a 6. Plus 4 is 10, so I will use an RP point to get +3, thereby getting 2 hits, and this time I hit a target and then the space next to it to the right. So I think I want to hit this guy and this guy? Oh, no, no. This one and this one. Oh, so many weak points. And if I hit any of them, I get the bonus activation. This is not where I want to be right now. Okay. Right, and then we spend our last point of mana to just take off this other hard armor. Because don't want that clogging up my works. So we can't use Mark anymore because we're out of mana, but I think that was 100% worth it. Let us see what the enemy does, and then it'll be Rix's turn. Brute or X? Well, turns out they activate anyways. They limit break, so they get a power token. I'll put it over here next to the mark. So all their attacks do +1 damage now. Hooray for us. And then they activate, they spend 3 threats, going back down to 4. to do their big attack. So they flail, then they quill, then they flee 2. They can't get more enemies hit by the flail, and they can't get more enemies hit by the quills. So they don't move. Let's do a flail attack, which is red die against Zertle. That is body armor 7. So Zertle blocks 2 with the last points of that armor. Takes 5 going to 1. Oh, sorry, it takes 6 going to 0. And why? Because it already powered itself up. Oh, we're so dead. Zertle falls down. Enemy does a quill attack against Rix for base 4 on the gray die. That is right arm. So Rix takes 1, 2, 3. Sorry, let me show you that armor. And the right arm slot is used up. Oh, we're so dead. Yeah, hold on, I need to update our stats from this nonsense. So Rix is at 1 health, Zertle's at 0 health. And you're at 0 out of 1 on your right arm, which is destroyed, obviously. And then Zertle has no body armor left and no leg armor left after that. But hey, armor did its job. No, armor almost did its job. Almost kept Zertle alive. I guess almost doesn't mean much, does it? And then it flees 2, goes, run away. Which is great for me, because I was really hoping it wouldn't run, so I could just stand up with my heel and swing for a couple of attacks, but that's not in the cards. Zertle's turn. Zertle's currently down, but at the start of his turn, cube gets removed and he heals for 3. 1, 2, 3. So I do not have to action surge yet to stay in this combat, but let's be honest, it's coming. This enemy is spicy. Is there even anything I can do to make my life easier? I don't think so. So if it flails again, which it will, we'd have to be at least 4 spaces away for it to not hurt us. No, never mind. It's gonna have a move of 6. So we need to be at least 6 spaces away for it to not just kill us outright. If I do a double move, get to here at the minimum without spending any speed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It would not be able to flail against both of us, so that's a positive, but it would be able to shoot both of us with its spines. You know, one thing I could do. If I assume that I can outrun the flail, I might be able to survive the spines if it hits the right armor slot. Which is a big if.
but I could stratagem to bring it towards me so I can attack it and then run away. And I think that just makes sense. I think that's our best shot. So we pay a cube, we gain a combo, going up to 3. Everything we do in this fight is going to be close. Like, we don't have an easy out here. So we pay, gain a combo, exile within 3, heals for 1. That's going to be me, Zertle. And then shift a creature up to 2 squares. So I go, oh wait, if I bring it closer to me, then it's just going to kill us. You know what? This might actually be a terrible, terrible idea. I could push it further away. Yeah, and make it come to us? Yes. I go up to 2 squares. So now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it cannot get within flail range. That's important. Because that attack is super deadly for us. That was free. Next I do a... I'm trying to decide if I want to do a regular move or a form up, which costs me a speed. I think I do a form up, because then I can go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. At the cost of a single action and 1 speed. Single minor action, and we gain a combo. What do I do next? We heal. Yes. I'm going to use my old kit, spending a cube, to roll wisdom to try to heal Rix. Let's say 15 plus 4 is 19. Yeah, we're going to spend an RP point to get over 20, which means we heal for 4, which is all of Rix's missing health. Also, that's the magic number to keep Rix alive through any quill attack, which I think is pretty important here. We're going to spend another action to try and heal myself with the same means. Wisdom, that is a 7, that's significantly further away. Plus 4 is 11, which will only get us 1 health. That is not a lot. Yeah, no, that's an unacceptably low number. I'm going to spend an RP point to make that at least 12, so I heal for 2. Man, I wish I had a camera to show just top down of the 2 character sheets. Character play areas. That'd make this a lot easier. That's Zertle's turn. He's a tough one to play out, but I think we got there. So now it's the enemy turn with Rix on deck, and I really hope they activate instead of just gaining another limit break. Okay, good. Boss activates. Yeah, it's just a boss, it's not a brute. So they spend 3 threats going down to 1 to do their big move. So they move up to 6, they flail, they quills, then they flee 2. They can't get within flail range. So I think they just move to within 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They go to here, 4, so that they can also hit Zertle. And they do a Quills, which is Great Eye. I didn't declare who I was targeting first, but Wanderer is on screen right now, so I guess we'll do Rix first. That is Legs. This is base 4 because of the power tokens. That's 2 damage to Rix after armor. Let's mark the HP loss, although I'll hold off on updating the armor for just a second. And then the same thing against Zertle, which hits chest slot, which does not currently have any armor because it was destroyed. So Zertle takes 4, going down to 2. And it looks like I forgot to update his health last time. That was weird. Okay. Armor is up to date for Zertle, but not for Rix. And that is feet and legs are now damaged but not destroyed. They share a slot. Okay. And now it's Rix's turn. Oh wait, it flees too. 1, 2. Okay. Rix's turn. It won't be able to do its move 6 next turn, so that's good. And if we can stay... Oh, we're not going to be able to stay 6 spaces away from it. That's impossible, but... Ooh, maybe if I staggering shot and push it. How far can I push it? So if I go basic move, gain a combo, 1, 2. I can do staggering shot to move it a square, and then a second staggering shot because it gets bonus range to move it 2 squares. And that would push it to... Wait. 1, 2... Yeah. 1, 2, 3. I'd push it to here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I wouldn't quite get out of range. Maybe that's fine. You know, noble sacrifice and all that, because I think Rix is our best chance of killing this. Oh wait, I can only move 4. Ooh, if we don't activate any weak points, it will only move 4. And I think I can get this done without activating any weak points. Okay, we have a game plan. We staggering shots, spending a combo, going down to 4. And I'll update that. No, it's already updated. Haha, because I never updated it when I moved. Haha. Make a basic bow attack. There's a 14 plus 4 is 18, so that's 2 hits. I'm going to go ahead and hit both of these to begin with. Then I make a second basic bow attack, once again spending a combo, going down to 3, rolling. That is a... Oh, terrible. Bad. Oh, Mark, there you have 3 combo, but... Ugh. Alright, sorry, I pushed it on the first... I pushed it 1 square with the first staggering shot. Second staggering shot does 3 plus 4 is 7. Looking at 1 hit, I don't think that's acceptable. No. Although there's nothing I can do about it. Never mind, I guess that's acceptable because I have no choice. Shoot. Well, I get 1 hit. That's not enough. Oh, I don't want to hit that one. That sucks. I'm going to hit this one because I want to leave this column open for me to do 2 hits. I should have done this one first. Should have done that column first. I wish I had planned better because that goes through a crit point to get there, but I don't want to hit this weak point at the same time. That's my whole deal right now. Because if it gets 3 threat, that's just game over for us. And then I push it 2. 1, 2. I'm very curious. If they can't get close enough to attack anybody, what do they do? One second. Okay. Okay. Identify every exile that could be hit by the attack, consider blah blah blah. If no exiles could be hit, imagine the foe had unlimited move and there are no foes on the map, and no other foes on the map, then repeat this step. Okay. Okay. So it would still try to move. Moves as close as possible to its desired position. Cool. Very good. So we pushed it. Combo tracker is up to date. We've done our damage. That's Rix's turn. Enemy turn with Zertle in reserve. What do they do? Boss activates again. They spend 1 threat. This is exactly what I was hoping they would do, because they get to do nothing. They go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they do their attack and then go 1, 2, 3, 4. So they've accomplished nothing for the turn. That's what we need. They need them to do nothing multiple turns in a row for us to get through this. Speaking of getting through this, we're in a world of hurt right now. Okay. So it's Zertle's turn. And Zertle needs to heal somebody, namely himself, because he's got very low health. 2. But he also needs to heal Rix, because Rix is the only one who's actually going to, win the game for us. So, the first thing I do an action to swap out my used medkit for my good medkit. And by used and good, I mean my medkit that actually has tokens left on it. The question is, do I go try to heal? So it goes 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can still hit Rix. Ooh, here's what I do. I do minor action form up, spending my last speed to let Rix move up to 3. And another of us can move up to 3 as well. Make them waste their turn moving towards us. And then I spend my final action to medkit, wisdom check, heal Rix. That is a 5, plus 4 is 9. And I spend... That's so disappointing. I'm going to try. I'm going to spend a point from my focus to roll another wisdom check. So I'm at 9. If I roll a 12 or higher on the die, I get to add 4 to my original check. Hey, look, I did it. So that is at least 16 adjusted. It's a 19. Plus 4 is 23, which means I had 4 to my previous check, which makes it 13, which is exactly enough to heal Rix for 2. And yes, I'm spending all of my resources on this, and I think that's the right call. The resources are there to be spent, and this is a really tough fight. And now it's their turn, the enemy turn, with Rix on deck. Let's see what they do. Brute or 2, they gain 2 threats. That is probably bad for us. Yeah. Because now we're in a position where we have to either move forward to attack them or stay back and try something else. And my toddler is once again not asleep, but I want to finish this combat before going any further. Right, we should be at 4 combo because of the form up ability. Gives 1 combo. Okay. So I could have Rix kind of go up the hill. It's a long way to shoot, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gets me here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's too far for me to shoot. I can't actually hit that far. And if it activates, it'll do a move for flail and then move back. Okay. If it activates now, it can't attack us. If we don't get within 4 of it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, also, I'm ignoring all the train markers for the enemy because of their slither ability. They just get to do that. They just get to do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can't stand here or I would be in range. And I can't stand here or I'm out of range of my own attack. I mean, I think we get in a position where we can start attacking. So I'm going to start by a minor action on my potion to heal Zertle for 1, going up to 3. Then I'm going to double basic move, getting 2 combo, and go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2. And I'm not gonna use my last points. Oh, you know what? What if I go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, kind of spread out a little bit, so if it starts coming towards us, we can maybe prevent multi-attacks. The real point is I gained 2 combo. That's all I really wanted to do. Hooray! Okay. And that puts us at enemy turn with Zertle on deck. And what do? Gain 2 threat. Now we are in trouble because now they can go basically wherever they want to and attack us. Yeah, Rix is still in range at this point of this giant attack. That's a bad draw for us. And Zertle is not going to be helping too much. Yeah. So, Zertle's turn. I'm going to basic move to gain our final point of combo. I don't actually... I can go up to there, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. So I can go there and be safe from the flail, at least. And then I'm going to use my medkit again. Final point. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should save my final point to heal Rix from dying? No, it's fine. It's fine. Oh no, we're all gonna die. Actually, I think it is fine. Yeah, I'll be able to use my Jagged Medallion to heal Rix if she goes down. So I'm rolling Wisdom to heal myself. That is a 12, which is exactly enough. I heal myself for 2. Which puts me out of instant death range from the quills. And somewhere along the way, I forgot to keep track of my overlay. I am now at 7 combo. I still have 1 action left. What do I do with that action? I think I do another basic move. Go 1, 2, 3. So still can't hit both of us with a flail, but now I might be in a good position to. I think I'll need to go there. Yeah, now I'm in a fine position to heal Rix if need be, and also potentially move in for an attack. Oops. Almost knocked my water bottle over. Enemy turn with Rix on deck, and what are they doing? They are activating. That is 3 threat gone, as they do their giant move. So they can move up to 6. They want to maximize Flail and Quills. They can't maximize Flail, so I think they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And only hit Rix, but the Quills will hit both of my people. My people. Oh, and this is basically guaranteed to kill. Actually, it might just be guaranteed to kill. It's base 8. Yeah, I got nothing. I can't survive this. That is body. So I put a wear token on my body armor. It protects for 2, and I take 6. Going to 0 here. Wait. Hold on. Nimble. When attacked, pay a cube to gain 2 armor for that attack. Is that a thing I want? So I'd block 4 of 8. I'd take 4 going to 1. No, then the quills would still kill me, so no. I'll save that for another day. Another attack. I should not have spent more than 1 token on healing. Just get everyone to 1 HP. Anything past that is basically worthless for me right now. Then we do a Quills attack, which at this point only hits Zertle with a Great Eye. That is legs, which they've consistently hit. Body and legs. Right, 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, going to 1. Not dead. Not dead. Very close, though. And then it's our turn. Starting with Rix. Rix gets to action surge to stand up. Ka-chom! Hey, idiot. And I need to check the rules for targeting large things. I'm fairly certain I get to target the back, even though the front is closer, just so that I have the correct range. Oh, hey, the example in the book actually has this thing's ability, the Ganatris, as the 2x2 base example. Scary. All right. Attacking large models. That's what I'm looking for. Does it have this in the book? They don't seem to think that's important. Oh no. Let me look back at large figures again. Large foes. It just talks about movement with large foes. You must have at least one valid target. More than one target can be hit in a single weapon attack if, once oriented, the weapon positional grid covers different valid targets. Okay, it doesn't. It has different rules for determining valid targets, but in general, a target is valid if it is within range and there's a clear line of sight or effect, depending on the weapon, through the appropriate border. Ooh, line of sight is actually going to be an interesting one. Does the figure block its own line of sight? That's not what I mean. Does the figure block line of sight with itself? Which, can happen. Okay. Line of sight only matters, or is only blocked by terrain, not by figures. Cool. Yeah, not affected by miniatures. Targeting large foes, there we go. When targeting them with an attack or effect, choose one square that the foe occupies. For purposes of the attack or effect, treat the foe as if it were a 1/1 foe occupying the chosen square. But they can't be targeted or attacked twice if you have a multi-target thing. That makes sense to me. Okay. So that is relevant because this space is in bow range, this space is too close. So we're doing our action surge with Rix, and you know what we need to do right now? Do we need to action surge yet, actually? Because we could technically trigger our limit break and have Zertle do the Jagged Medallion to heal Rix instead of doing an action surge. Yeah, that's better. That is just better. So we limit break. We spend a mana from Zertle to heal 1 health of an ally within range 4. That's going to be Rix. Rix stands up, as we've already done. And Rix is going to do Rix things. Specifically, I'm going to use my bow to attack this thing. Alright, it would have then done, sorry, a flee too. So actually it doesn't matter that I looked up range and line of sight and all that, because it would have run away. Basic attack, I'm not going to do anything cool or special here. I'm just basic attacking with my bow. That's an endurance check. That's a nat 20. You'll love to see it. You love to see it. Natural 20 in combat. Gain +2 combo. In 1 second, got an urgent message. Yeah, okay. So yeah, 2 combo. And I hit, obviously, and I'll do the full damage. So what do I hit with this? Well, I do what I discussed before. I hit that armor, followed by that one, and that one, and going through a critical point right here means I get to trigger that damage as well. And that went well, so I'm going to try attacking again. Again, with no special... Oh, do I want to do a staggering shot? Now that I have some combo, I could staggering shot to try and move this guy too far away? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3... well, yes. I could push it and then move myself, which would get it out of range of me. So yes, let's spend a combo to staggering shot. There's a 13 plus 4 is 17, so 2 hits. And I have to come down from the top, so if I want to use both hits, I have to hit a weak point, which would undo my whole plan. Oh, darn. I hate these weak points sometimes. That's kind of the whole point, though. Yeah, we're gonna hit one space. I'm not prepared to just give it free activations yet. 1, 2, with a push. And then I basic move, because I want to anyways. Gain 2 combo, I'm gonna go there. Sorry, 1 combo, move there. Just out of range of a move 4 flail. So I spent 1, gained 1. So combo is up to date. We are good to go. Breathe. Enemy turn. Zertle on deck. What do? They gain 2 threat. That kind of tracks, yeah. So the problem is Zertle's turns are pretty bad if the enemy doesn't come in. Out of speed, out of healing stuff other than a single mana point with which to heal 1 health. I'm going to use my dependable cube to gain 2 combo. It's a once per day ability. And then I think I kind of just sacrifice myself here. Yeah. I don't... Is there a way to avoid its murdering us? Not particularly. But if I run in with Zertle, then I can have it attack Zertle instead of Rix. And Zertle is more expendable, quite frankly. Yeah. We're in a really bad position, but this is what we do. I double move, gaining 2 combo. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I think I spend 1 combo to attack. So I'm at 5. Spend 1 combo to pummel specifically. So I don't roll. Instead, I just do a damage. And I'm going to gamble that it will probably activate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sweep in from the right with the pummel, hit this, go through that critical point, hit this weak point. They gain 3 threats. I think it's a good bet that it's just going to activate and try to murder us. So that was Zertle's whole turn. Enemy turn with Rix on deck. Whoa! Aching poison! Oh no. This is on Rix's turn. The poison from the Naturus quill courses through your veins. Surely someone must know a cure. Active player checks endurance. It was a really bad time. Sucker. Natural 20, I succeed. Game 2 combo. That was really the only way I was surviving that. Anything less than a 20 on the adjusted check would have lost me at least 1 health, and I only have 1 health left. So I got insanely lucky there. And then we discard this and go again? Oh no. They gain 3. 3 threat. Oh, good. That's exactly what I wanted. I don't think the power points matter anymore. They're going to just get a whole bunch. They go up to 7. They limit break. They go back down to 4. Ugh. My gosh, this is stupid. So, with spending 3 threats going down to 4, they can quills to hit more than 1 target? Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have to go here. Oh, if Zertle had been able to go 1 more space, they couldn't have flailed Zertle and quilled Rix. That would have been our saving grace. But Zertle was out of speed. That's a shame. Okay, let's see what happens. First, a flail for base 9 against Zertle. I don't know of any way they can fail this. All they can do is break my armor in the process. And indeed they did. Zertle goes down. And I need to change your shoulder to be broken. And next up is a Quill's attack against Rix. That is a body shot. This is base 5. So I block 2. That's annoying. The armor is busted, but I would need to block 4 to actually survive this. Sorry, to block all of it. And it's base 5. Unfortunately, I can only block 4. So yep. Rix falls down. Is there a way we survive this? We need to get 4 more damage in. It's doable. It is doable. But holy moly, is it going to be, like, impossibly hard. This should be at 0, apparently. I was already hitting the body once and didn't mark it. Forgot to mark it. Yeah, completely forgot to mark it in either system. Okay. We're almost done with this fight, one way or another. This was a mistake. Fighting this was a mistake. We should not have done this. We should not have come here. Okay. It's Rix's turn. We have not done an action surge on either of them, because I was able to get away with it on Rix. So Rix will stand up. And then I think... Oh, yeah. No. Okay, I know exactly what we do. We do our limit break to have Zertle. Oh, Zertle can't do it unless he action surges. Shoot. So no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, right, it flees 2. Sorry. It does a flee 2 after all that attack, and it's going to flee from Zertle. So, 1, 2. It was a bad position we're in. So, what I'm thinking is I use the combo, going down to 0, to limit break, do a staggering shot again, hitting the Gnatress. And if I can roll any damage. Okay, 11 plus 4 is 15. That's at least one hit. I'm going to hit this armor cube off. I'm going to shift it 2 spaces towards me. I'm going to do a basic axe attack against it. That is an 18 plus 4 is 22. That is 3 hits, which I don't need. But I got 2 hits, which goes there and there. Okay. Yeah. That gets them like 6 threat, but the cap at 7, they limit break. They get another power token. They immediately take another giant attack. They can only hit one thing. It is Rix. It doesn't matter what they roll here. They're going to demolish Rix's 0 health remaining. Yeah. Rix goes down again, and then they flee 2. 1, 2. Oh, wait. Does my action surge last me the entire turn? I think so. So what I do is I then use my minor action to potion, heal myself for 1. So we don't have a situation where every exile is defeated at the end of an exile turn. Boy, that health is going to last a long time, let me tell you. So Rick stands up, and then it is the enemy's turn, with Zertle on deck. And what do they do? Oh, right, they should be at 4. 4 threats. What do? They activate. Wow, what do you know? They go down to 1, and I'm pretty sure I know who they're attacking. So they go boop bloop 1 2. Attack Rix with a giant attack. Again, it doesn't matter what I roll. Rix is super doomed. Goes back down to 0 health. And then flees 2. And then it's Zertle's turn. Zertle, who's currently at 0 health but has not used their action surge. They do an action surge. They stand up. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get away with this. This is disgusting. I'm so happy. I do a basic move, thereby gaining 1 combo. I'm going to immediately spend that combo, I'm not taking any chances, to do a pummel, which puts 1 damage on the final slot. They don't gain any threat because it's their death point. And we have done it. We have defeated the Gnatress. Rix is currently unconscious. We have defeated the Gnatress. Oh, that was tough. That was an incredibly difficult fight. I should not have stuck around for that one. I'll be real. That was a mistake to stick around. Yikes. Okay. So, first things first, we need to either heal everybody to 1 HP or we lose in a different way. So let's do that first. And I have a potion with 2 charges. I'm going to use both charges to heal both of them to 1 health. Everybody's okay. Well, okay might be a stretch. Everybody is not currently dying. Combat is over. We succeeded. What are the rewards for fighting a Natris? 5 experience each. That's a lot, actually. And special, draw event 111. Oh, okay, all right, we got this. 111. Please tell me I can take this poison out of my deck. I would really like to take the poison out of my threat deck. The Natris flees. No, I killed it. It's dead. You strike down the Gnatris. It slumps to the ground lifeless. You catch your breath, glad to be rid of such a dangerous beast. You've never seen anything quite like it. Well, I have. I've seen a corpse of one before. You move closer to investigate the strange animal. As soon as you get close, the Natris rears its head and cackles at you. The suddenness of it causes you to stumble backwards. In the commotion, the Natris slithers up the cliff and disappears out of sight. Banish key item 87. That was the strange pattern. Add travel 27 to the bottom of the travel discard pile and then banish this card. Oh no. Oh no. There's gonna be a random encounter with this thing? You know how often I draw the random combat encounters? It's like always. I always draw them. Yikes. And then banish this card. You know, what I can't help but notice it didn't say. It did not say remove the poison from your deck. Does the threat card say that? Nope. It's just you need to find somebody who knows a cure, apparently. Okay, we need to find a healer. Like, now-ish would be nice. The good news is we get to go loot this chest, which is, in fact, a stone path chest, which is good. Because we need stuff and things. So we get our stone items out. We have the Path of Light and the Path of Wandering. So Path of Light, I would love a new medkit. One that's a little bit easier to use. So I'm going to go for a long item and hope that I get the right one. I got Iron Shad's Staff. It is not, in fact, a new medkit. It's a new weapon. It's crazy that it took us so long to find a new weapon in the first part of this game, and now I just immediately replace it, basically. That's nice. Put this one in my box, because I do not have room in my inventory to hold on to it. And then Rix. Are we looking for a bow? A bow would be pretty nice. If I can hit 4 things with 1 bow attack, that'd be pretty good. So I'm going to go for a big tile and see what happens. Although Rix has so many big tiles because of the hunting knife and the bow and the quiver and 2 pieces of armor. And I got another hunting knife. It's unfortunately a dex-based weapon, but that's a cool attack pattern at least. So there's that. I will hold on to that in the Nipper the Pack Ant. That's right, I have a pack ant. It's a giant ant who follows me around and carries my stuff. And that's the loot. And that's also where I need to be done because my toddler is not asleep and will not be taking a nap at this point. It's way too late. Oh my gosh, that was a tough fight. If you missed it, that was a fight to watch. We had to break out all of our resources and pull the miracle out of the bag, essentially. That was insane. That was insane, but we did it. We beat a boss that was 2 levels higher than us. I don't think that's an expected result, but I am so happy I got there. Um, yeah, bookkeeping. If you liked what you saw, and I certainly liked this session, this was awesome. Feel free to tune in every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to my other stream slots. So, 1 p.m. on Monday, U.S. and Canada Pacific time for all of these, I stream Pal World. 10:30 p.m. on Monday, I stream something. It's either Pal World or more of this Arydia, which, oh my gosh, this is sweet. I'm probably gonna do Arydia on Monday. This is really hitting hard, you know. Wednesdays at 1 p.m. more Pal World, and then Fridays at both 1 p.m. and 10:30 p.m. I stream Arydia: The Paths We Dare Tread. This is the board game you just witnessed. It's really good. If you have if upon watching this you have any inclination towards purchasing this game, I recommend it. And also, there's going to be a Kickstarter coming out for a second printing of the game. I'm in no way sponsored by them, so you can tell them that I sent you, but that doesn't mean anything to them. But yeah, they're gonna have a crowdfunding campaign starting for a second printing. Highly recommend it. It is a really, really, really good game. Past that, everything I do here on Twitch is recorded as a video on demand and exported to my YouTube channel. There's a link in the Twitch channel description somewhere down below. Unless you happen to be watching on YouTube, in which case there's a link to my Twitch channel in the video description down below. And also, hi YouTube, thanks for watching. It really does mean a lot to me when you tune in and watch these videos. It means, sorry, it also means a lot to me when you leave a like or any sort of comments. Just let me know that you're watching and you enjoy this content. All that said, thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for commenting and chatting. Thanks for liking, following, and subscribing. These are all really, really good metrics for me to view, to tell me that you enjoy my content and want to see more. So, yeah, thanks, everybody, and I will see you all next time.